Alright chaps, let's take from the top, try dropping the bass out in the middle 8, alright? No
Yeah. Shit. Pizzy. Got it. Phase
What
one.
is good, YouTube? It's Brad from They're Called Trainers here, and this is the first instalment of a new series called What Happens When You Wear. And basically, I came up with this idea when thinking about reviews on YouTube, specifically trainer reviews or sneaker reviews. You always see reviews of new shoes, but whenever there's reviews of any other sort of product, be it software or physical product or anything really, films, food, anything, the person's used it, tried it, been immersed in it. So it always made me wonder, why aren't reviews done after you've worn the trainers so you can let people know how they hold up? And basically that's what this series is going to be. So we're starting off with the Air Jordan 11. So I'll go through models to show the differences between the material types and what will happen on all Air Jordan 11s. And we're going to start with the Breds. These are a 2012 release. They are quite good quality for a newer Jordan Brand release. People always complain about the quality, and obviously you've got the remastered series coming. But these, to be fair, are holding up quite well. They have been worn, I'd say, 10 to 20 times. The first issue you're going to see on almost all Air Jordan 11s is the creasing in the toe box of the patent leather. Basically, it's going to happen with patent leather. It's going to crease, and you're going to be able to tell. On the black patent leather of these and the Concords, it is harder to tell than on lighter patent leather like a white or a grey from the other pairs. Also, you're going to start to see creases and eventually dirt marks on the tongue from the lace movement. Other than that though, the mesh, especially this black mesh, is going to hold up really well. It is a high endurance material and it is going to hold up well. Leather quality on the back is okay, it's fair, it's obviously not amazing because any new releases with Jordan Brand aren't going to be amazing. The 23 on the back is still there, so that's a plus. And also I'm trying to get you a shot of the Jumpman inside, which is fully there as well, which after 10 to 20 wears it normally starts to fade, but on this pair it's still there. Your big plus with the Breds is the red outsole. Basically with the clear outsole on the other shoes, as you'll see, they start to yellow. This sole won't. It's basically hold its colour. Only thing is, it get dirty, you can clean it off easy if you want to do that, if you want to spend the time. One issue with this pair is the midsole. It has creased quite easily. As you can see, there's a big one there just on screen now, and then on the inside there's also a couple starting to form there as well, and around the midfoot. Alright, overall they're good. We're going to get into the cherry lows now. One of the only reasons I included these is because they have white patent leather, and I wanted to show that they're starting to go off colour. They have been worn a few times, I'd say same amount as the Breds I showed you earlier. Patent leather that's white is going to turn yellow, and it is going to show those creases, as you can see there on the toe box, a lot more than the black patent leather would. And the mesh material is going to go yellow, and obviously it being white, it's just the nature that's going to get dirty a lot easier. It's still the same high endurance material though. Also, creasing on the tongue on this white mesh is quite bad. It's hard to see in this shot, but the creases are quite deep and it can leave dirt marks easily as well, because obviously with the material being white. Leather quality is fair. I'd say it's the same as the Breds. A very big problem on this is the midsole. They've been worn, as I said a few times, the same amount of the Breds, and the creasing is ridiculous. You can see there's a big like cross crease there. I'm not sure if that's a manufacturing or a wear issue, and then it's creased all along. So as we move on into the Concords, we can get a look at the different types of materials on here. Obviously with it being an older release, well, not too much older, but it is going to be good to fair quality, as you can see there. These have been worn a couple of times, I'd say 2 to 3 times, not as much as the previous two pairs, but patent leather is holding up well, and black patent leather will hide the creases, a lot better than any lighter shades. As I said previously, with the cherry lows, the white materials like the leather and the mesh are going to yellow much easier. As these haven't been worn, they don't seem to be yellowing quite as quickly as those. The lows are showing quite a good amount of yellowing, I'd say now, considering they haven't been worn too many times. These, on the other hand, are holding up well. They have obviously been worn less, and you can start to see the effects of the laces pulling on the tongue as well. There might even be a small dirt mark at the top. Just going to try and get you a shot of the Jumpman on the insole. As you'd expect, they have been worn a couple of times, but the Jumpman is still there. It is slightly starting to peel off, which is a bit of a disappointment, considering they've only been worn a couple of times. Big issue on these Concords is going to be the yellowing. These have been worn, as I said, 2 to 3 times, and look at that yellowing around the pods. It's really a bit of a joke. There is this, as you can see by the clearness in the middle of the outsole, you can see the Jumpman perfectly. But this yellowing is just a joke. When you get them out of the box, after a year, they've gone yellow. So you might as well wear them. There's no point keeping them DS, because if you keep them DS for too long, the whole thing's going to go yellow no matter what. So you might as well just enjoy them while you can and get used to them. Okay, so as I said, yellowing is the main problem on these because they haven't been worn much and they are going yellow. So let's get into the final pair I've got here, which are the Cool Greys. This pair is by far the best quality in terms of materials and craftsmanship. As you can see, that pattern leather that is showing the creases, but it's holding up well considering how old these are, and these have been worn the most out of all 4 pairs I've shown you. These have been worn as a daily shoe, and that's, as you can see, the effects there on the midsides. I spin it around. The grey pattern leather holds up well. There aren't any scratches or anything on it. The only problems are going to be creasing on the toe box, but that's just what comes with the 11s. As there you can see it creasing on the midsole as well. The tongue and upper is not a mesh material this time, it's suede. So basically it's a really good quality suede, and the laces do leave a bit of an indent when you walk, as I'm going to show you now. But if you rub, the crease is easily removed. It's just because it's a good suede and it holds up well. With the amount these have been worn, you can tell it's a good quality trainer because the tongue is, after a bit of rubbing, it is like a brand new tongue. I'll try and give you a shot of the Jumpman on the inside. It has faded, there you go. Bit of a deformed Jumpman there, no legs, but yeah, still considering the amount of wear, the any of the Jumpman to be there is just a miracle. So we're going to move on to the outsole of these. As you can see, the yellowing, it looks the same as the yellowing, sorry, around the traction pods looks the same as the Concords, but these are a year older and have been beaten to shreds. They've been worn every day like an everyday shoe, unlike the Concords, which I showed you had only been worn a couple of times. Obviously the whole sole in general is dirtier because of that, but I'm just going to try and show you. That's the yellowing, and then the clearness is affected is the dirt. So as you can tell, this sole as well as overall materials is the best quality, hands down. Alright, so I'm just going to give you a quick overview of the problems with the Air Jordan 11, what you can expect if you actually get your pair and wear them. If you've got a clear sole, you are going to get yellowing around the traction pods no matter what. Pattern leather is going to crease on the toe box no matter what model you have, unless of course you've got the snake skins, which I do but I didn't include in this video. The pattern leather on the toe box is going to crease, and creasing on the tongue with that mesh material and with suede, it happens on all shoes. These, because maybe the lacing system, it seems to happen a lot more. Here's a few other minor issues, as you can see on the screen now, just like the different fading between the whites and the black materials. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It is a bit of a longer one, probably the longest video I've done. I am going to do a few more of these. Going to start off with a few different Air Jordan models because I can get my hands on a few different colorways and different releases from different years, and then maybe move on to some Air Maxes and even a few different brands like some New Balance and stuff. But obviously I'll have to try and collate the right amount of shoes into a video, because it was quite difficult for me to decide if I wanted to put all 4 of these in the video. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, leave a comment down below, let me know, because that will affect whether I carry on doing the series. Sorry, because this is quite a long process to edit, adding the graphics and stuff. But if you enjoy it, then I will carry on making them. Thank you. Remember, they're called trends.